Hey guys, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, which you probably are because it's literally my second YouTube video, we're doing a Q&A today. So what I did was I posted a couple of stories and asked my followers kind of like, what do you want to know about me? I feel like I have had a little bit of growth on social media. I just felt like I wanted to introduce myself to you guys. And also, I've never really done anything like this. Like, I've been on TikTok for, almost 3 years now. And I feel like sometimes people don't really know a lot about me or who I am. So I wanted to do this video as one of my first videos. I thought it would be a good idea. So I guess we'll just get right into it. Let me just, before I even go into everything, let me just tell you all a little bit about myself, like general information. So if you're new, you haven't followed me for a while, I was born and raised in the UK, and that stems like a lot of questions already in terms of accent and all that stuff, and I'm gonna get into all of that. But I was born and raised in the UK. I was kind of back and forth a little bit until I moved here when I was 16 at the end of my junior year of high school. And so what I did was I was in college in England. We go to college a lot earlier. We go to college at 16. I was a little bit ahead, so I went at 15. I was really young when I went into college. But I just decided that when I moved to America, I wanted to have the whole high school experience, and so I decided to go back into high school, which, looking back on that, was like one of my biggest mistakes and regrets, I think, because I would have been done with school so much earlier. I finished my senior year, and I did my 4 years, well, 4.5 years at college. I took a little longer. My degree, communications, so bachelor's in communications with a focus on multimedia journalism, and then a minor in marketing. So I do have my 4-year degree. I was in school, and this leads me to my first question. How old are you? I'm 23. So, when did I graduate? 2020. I graduated in 2020. Feels like a long time ago. And then kind of just, I feel like that leads into my next question too. A lot of people ask me this question. How did you get started on social media? So in 2020, I decided to go back and live with my mom for a little bit during COVID and the pandemic and all that stuff, in quarantine. I decided to go back and live with my mom for a little bit. I was really bored, so I thought, you know what, let me just start on TikTok. And I was one of those people that I was like, absolutely not. I'm never going to download TikTok. My friends were talking about it, and I was like, you guys, like, that is just not for me. And so I ended up downloading it. I went into it with a mindset of like, let's see what happens, but I was also like, let me take this kind of seriously. Let me post 3 or 4 times a day and just kind of see what happens. And so in that first year was when I had the most growth. I gained like 300,000 followers that year. And to me, that was absolutely insane. I never would have thought that would have happened, but at that time, I never really acted on it. Yes, I did social media per se, and I kind of focused on Instagram, but not that much. But at that time, I just never really thought that it was going to be a career for me. I feel like I'm answering all of these questions without looking at your questions, but this was a lot of the questions. So in 2020, I wasn't really thinking of anything seriously, but the end of 2021 is really when I was like, you know what, I really want to pursue social media. I feel like I have an opportunity to do something by having these followers. This is crazy. I never would have thought that I possibly could make a career out of this. And so I was like, you know what, let me try and start focusing on social media super seriously. I want to say in October is when I started to create content daily on Instagram too, not just TikTok. I've seen some growth since then, but more so than that, I've just gotten a lot of brand deals, and so I've been able to turn that into a full-time job, which is absolutely crazy. That's what I do now. I do social media full-time. What better way to celebrate that than to start a YouTube channel? Let me look at my phone and see where we left off, because boyfriend. So a couple of people asked, do I have a boyfriend? Am I in a relationship? Where do I stand? So I've actually been in a relationship for the past 2 years. We're coming up on 2 years. And he's been on my social media a little bit, on my TikTok particularly, but I'll be honest, I get a bad response when I post on TikTok. I feel so bad for him. I have a lot of males on my TikTok, and so they always come at him when I post videos of him. So I do have a boyfriend. We've been together for 2 years. We actually just moved in together less than a week ago. So it's been a crazy time. Honestly, I'm really enjoying it. And then June, next month, I think June 1st, we're getting our puppy. We're getting a little golden retriever puppy, and his name is gonna be Bentley. So excited about that. But yes, I'm in a relationship. We've been together for 2 years. His name is Connor. Sorry, I should have said that. Okay, next one I want to address, I feel like I probably should have addressed that earlier too, is accent. Let me backtrack a little bit. Like I said, I was born and raised in the UK, and I had, and still have technically, a really strong English accent, but you hear me talking right now and you're like, what are you talking about? So I'm gonna just address it. A lot of my videos on TikTok, I started in quarantine, I was with my family, all of that stuff. When I'm around my family, I have the strongest English accent. It sounds like I just left. But over time, I mean, I moved here when I was 16 and I'm 23 now. So over time, I've kind of developed this American accent. And when I'm around my friends, I sound 100% American. And obviously right here sitting now, I sound American. When I'm with my boyfriend, I sound American. But when I'm around my family, I sound 100% English. And so it's kind of like that thing, you know, when people say you go back home and you sound just like you did when you left. It's kind of the same idea, but if my mom were to call me right now and we were to talk on the phone, that raises the question, when I started TikTok, I had my English accent in a lot of my videos. And yes, that was because I was living with my mom at the time. When I started taking social media more seriously, I was posting a lot more with my friends and stuff, and around my friends I have this American accent. So I get all these DMs, all these questions all the time, like, what happened to your accent? Were you faking your accent? No, I'm not faking the English accent. I am from England. I have my passport if you want to see it. If I wanted to switch it on, I could. And it's so funny because when I first started doing social media, I was like worried and questioning myself. But I used my English accent, and then people are gonna think I'm faking it when I'm around my friends. And so there was a weird blurred line for a second there, but I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what I should do. But I just, anyways, this video will be an explanation for you. So my next question, would you ever move to South Florida? Which I know who asked this question, but it's a funny question because I just went down to South Florida for the first time like a month ago. I fell in love with it. I went to Jupiter and West Palm in particular, and there's still so many areas of South Florida that I need to explore. I mean, Connor and I were talking too. He was like, yeah, potentially in the future we definitely could move down there, but would I do it right now? Honestly, probably not. I just feel like it's not the right time for me. I want to just be like a little further in life. If I'm starting a family, I feel like that would be a really cool place to do it. And my mom's here. My mom lives in Jacksonville. I really just feel like right here, right now is my home. I'm just starting a little home here. I bought this house. See, I'm backtracking and going all over the place, but I bought this house last year in 2021. I want to be able to experience it and live here and just like enjoy being in the moment here for now, but definitely potentially. And I'm also going back, well, I'm going back next week actually, so I obviously do like it, but right now I think probably keep it to like 3-day trips with the girls type thing, but I do love it there. Favorite bikini brands? Definitely my thing on Instagram is bikinis. I think if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm always in a bikini. And I don't want to be cliche or advertising or anything, but my favorite bikini brands are the ones that I've worked with recently. So there's Kulani, Black Bow, Kawana. Honestly, Shein has some pretty good quality bikinis. I didn't expect Shein to have good quality bikinis, but they really do. RL. If you scroll through my Instagram, if I'm wearing a bikini, I like the bikini. Let's just say that. Like I won't wear the bikinis that I don't really like or love. You know, I don't want to promote bikinis that aren't good quality. So if you ever need bikini inspo, straight to the Instagram page, and I have a highlight of like new bikinis coming in, and I have a lot of discount codes too. Next question, how did me and Grace meet? So I mean, I feel like I have other friends other than Grace. People always recognize Grace, one because people say we look a little bit similar, and two because she's one of my first social media friends that I've met. So she's been around for the longest time. But when I started taking social media more seriously, I met Grace and Maddie. I met them both at the same time, and those are my girls. I absolutely love them. They honestly like inspired me to do social media full-time, so that's also where that came from. So we met through social media, and yes, I moved from England like years ago. I felt like I just hadn't built like lasting friendships here that I had compared to the UK, if that makes sense. I did not word that well. I really was just at a point in my life, I had some stuff going on, and I was like, you know what, like I want to reach out and make some really good lasting friendships. And Grace and Maddie seemed like really sweet, genuine people, and so I actually DM'd them on Instagram, and I was like, you guys, I live in Jacksonville, I know you guys live close by, let's hang out. I was like, I really am looking for a group of friends that are just gonna support each other and love going to the beach, all that kind of stuff, and we had a lot of similarities and we just hit it off. So Grace and Maddie, we met over social media, and honestly all of my other friends that you see on there too, the majority of them we met on social media also. Brooke, Jamie, you'll see them too. We have like this really cool group of like influencer girls here, and we're not even friends just because we're influencers, but we do have that in common, and that kind of brought us together. So Grace introduced me to, you know, Brooke and Jamie and all that stuff. And so what's really cool about social media is it gives you opportunities to like meet new people. I probably would never have met them if I didn't you know, reach out through social media or was not doing social media. So I'm a big advocate for saying that social media brings you so many opportunities. I feel like I could go on a whole spiel about it, but I'll stop myself there. Workout routine. I'll be honest, I don't go to the gym. I need to. Not that I need to. Like, I think, well, yes, no, I need to. I think the gym is good for not only your physical health, but your mental health. And I just feel like I want to be the best version of myself. And one of those ways is to go work out, but I struggle to work out. I haven't gotten to the point where I enjoy it. And I know there's like a hump that people say you need to get over, but I just haven't gotten over that hump. So that's where I'm at with that. But honestly, I do want to try like a cycling class or something. I feel like those are fun, a good way to work out. I am gonna start. If some of my friends could just join me on that venture, I feel like I would be a lot more likely to start working out. Honestly, I do go with Connor sometimes, but if I'm going on my own, it's just not gonna happen. Like, I'm just not gonna go. I'm gonna sit here and do work or whatever. I just need somebody to push me to go. Next question. Sunrise or sunset? That's a tricky one. I would say sunset. I mean, I do like the experience of sunrise, but one, it is really early to get up and go see sunrise. And two, I feel like you just don't get as good pictures when you go to sunrise. I mean, you can get some really cute pictures, but sunset, you have like all the really beautiful colors in the sky, and I don't know, it's just an evening vibe. Summer nights, I always think summer nights, sunset, you just got home from the beach, showered, going to dinner, watching the sunset. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do, and summer is just around the corner, so I can't wait for all the sunsets that are coming. Definitely, I feel like sunset. How tall am I? In my pictures and videos, I feel like I look a lot taller than I am, but I'm 5'2". So, well, my friends say I'm like 5'1.5". We're gonna call it 5'2". So I'm short, I'm really short. I mean, all my friends are like 5'4" or whatever, but I look tall, I'm short, I'm 5'2". How do you keep your hair healthy? That's actually a really interesting question, because I used to have, and I mean, I still do have a lot of hair, but I used to have like a really thick head of hair. I had a lot of hair, and people always commented about my hair, and I don't know, this is my theory. I don't know if this is true, but I was on birth control for, see, my hair is coming out now. I was on birth control for like 6 years, and I came off of it recently, and I feel like when I came off of it, my hormones were like all over the place. I just noticed like a whole lot of shedding in my hair, and I was freaking out. And obviously I bleached my hair. I'm not naturally blonde. I know, I fooled you. No, I'm just kidding. That definitely damages my hair. I used to use a lot of heat on it. So recently I started using a different shampoo and conditioner, and I used the Shea Moisture shampoo and conditioner. Shout out to them, not sponsored. I love their stuff. Oh my gosh. My phone was just recording everything I was saying. Literally, I have this whole spiel on there. It just, okay, but anyways, where was I? Oh, my hair. So they just don't have the harsh chemicals and everything in there, and I feel like it's just improved my hair overall, and I've stopped using heat as much because I just feel like heat and bleach really is not a good combination for my hair. Well, I don't feel like it. I know that it's not a good combination for my hair. So anyways, yeah, but we're on a journey. But thank you for saying that, because I was like really sad for a few months there. I was like, oh my gosh, my hair is falling out, but I'm glad that it looks healthy and everything. I'm trying, we're getting there. What did I do before social media? I should have addressed this before. What did I do before social media? So I graduated from college. Okay, backtrack completely. I started my TikTok journey on as a cart girl. I was like, people used to call me like the TikTok cart girl. Like, so I used to work at a golf course as a beverage cart girl. I would make videos out on the golf course, and I would come home and I would make funny videos about my experiences, and that's also kind of how my TikTok started to grow. But yeah, so I used to be known as the cart girl, and I did that for a while all throughout college. I was able to save a lot of money, and then when I graduated college, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this for a little bit, but I do want to go into a full-time, 9 to 5. And I did that. That's what I did. I got, a full-time job doing social media marketing for an agency. So I was in charge of like 7 or 8 different brands' accounts, their social media, but it wasn't similar to what I do now. I did like a ping pong table company, and I did like, I can't even remember now. It feels like I only quit like a couple months ago, but I feel like it was a long time ago. It just wasn't I'm passionate about social media, but it wasn't in that way. So I decided when this opportunity arose for me to do social media full time, I was like, okay, like this is like my calling, as they say. This is what I want to pursue. And so I just took the leap and I said, okay, I'm going to quit and I'm going to start social media full time. So that's what I did. I was in social media marketing and I was already doing my own social media. And when I started to monetize that a little bit more, I was like, okay, let's take the plunge. And now I do my own social media full time. So, unpopular food opinion. I posted this on TikTok one time, like unpopular opinions. I don't like ice cream. And I feel like that shocks a lot of people, but I don't. I don't like ice cream. Like, I love chocolate, I love sweets, I love cookies, but like, it's something about like the cold and I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, yes, it tastes good. If I'm gonna eat ice cream, it's gonna be like, I have to, okay, this is gonna sound really weird. I have to like mix it, if that makes sense. Like, you know the whipped ice cream that you get at like, I can't remember the place you would get it. Like, think McDonald's Dole Whip type ice cream. So I literally, if I get a tub of ice cream, I will sit there and I'll scoop it out and I will like make it that texture, if that makes sense, and wait until it's not so freezing cold and then eat it. I know that sounds like horrible, but I feel like that's my unpopular food opinion. Oh, another unpopular, not as unpopular, but red meat in general, no-go. I was a vegetarian for 6 years, 8 years, something crazy like that. And so I haven't had, well, I stopped being a vegetarian like 4 years ago, but I haven't had red meat since I started to be a vegetarian. So that's just a no-go for me anymore. Steak, no. Burger, no. Hot dog, anything like that, Big chicken girl. I'm gonna start going on a spiel now. Chick-fil-A, love Chick-fil-A. 10 out of 10. Chick-fil-A, please sponsor me if you see this. Oh, are you planning on staying in Florida? For the time being, definitely. I feel like that kind of like links into a question too. Would you ever move back to England? And honestly, right now, definitely not. I love England and I miss my family that is there, and I grew up there, so I love it. But I feel like there's so many more opportunities for me here. I love the life that I have here. I love being close to the beach. I love the warm weather. I don't know how my life would have played out if I had stayed in the UK, but I just feel like Florida is for me. Like, I just love it here. So I'm definitely staying here for the time being. So I think I answered everybody's questions. If you have any more, leave them in the comments below. Send me a DM on Instagram. Maybe I'll do another one of these in a couple months. Also, just leave me comments on what kind of videos you want to see. I'm new to YouTube, but I want to be posting more regularly. So just let me know what you'd like to see from me. And if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching. And I mean, if you made it all the way to the end, if you want to hit the like and subscribe, that sounds so weird to say because I'm not a YouTuber, but and if you want to follow me over on Instagram, my handle is Seymour. Thank you for watching. There's going to be a couple more videos coming soon that I'm excited about, and I can't wait to share them with you guys. All right.